It's everyone's favorite time again. Time for Ubisoft to step on an obvious landmine and make themselves look stupid. Assassin's Creed Shadows is already inundated with controversy, and Ubisoft just keeps throwing Blumpkin pie on the fire. From an article on Fandom Pulse, Ubisoft's executive producer for its Assassin's Creed franchise, Mark Alexis Cote, shared that a number of the developers on Assassin's Creed Shadows believe the game is the worst thing they've ever seen. During the Q&A portion of the interview, he also revealed that many of the people working at Ubisoft on the Assassin's Creed franchise have no experience with the franchise. He said, quote, "One of the things that I've noticed since the pandemic is that we have a lot of juniors in our teams. Probably half the team that's building Assassin's Creed is building a game for the first time. So they don't know," he continued. "Even though they're playing the game right now and they think it's the worst thing they've ever seen, it's going to be good. We're going to get there. You should already be there. The game was originally supposed to be out by now, mouth agape, ready to receive the public's never-ending salty stream of strawberry-flavored jism."
This is cum!
Why would he say this? First of all, more than half the development team have zero experience making video games. I get that people need to learn, but maybe don't make half of your dev team a bunch of green little babies. The horse bukkake this game is going to receive on release is going to discourage them from ever working for Ubisoft again. They're going to pull down their pants, and this flaccid little game is going to flop out, smacking and writhing on the ground, until the neighborhood kids grab it and throw it at cars. Assassin's Creed is one of Ubisoft's biggest cash cows, and they are taking a massive risk on putting a bunch of new developers on it. Even though they are junior developers, they're playing the game right now, and they say it's the worst thing they've ever seen. The new guys working on the game are saying this, a few months out from release. Ubisoft is obviously trying to get some social credit score by releasing this homunculus during Basketball American History Month, because let's face it, the only notable thing about this game so far is the protagonist. Setting doesn't seem to matter, since they got a bunch of stuff about Japan wrong anyway, including putting Chinese subtitles on the Japanese trailer.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Somehow, Ubisoft manages to throw one of their biggest franchises down the toilet, and they do it while shitting all over another culture's history. Quite impressive, especially considering all the virtue signaling they do about their DEI over there. There were some rumors about a battle pass coming to AC Shadows, which wouldn't surprise me, but it seems Ubisoft has come out and said there won't be. The very first good decision they ever made upon this game. I think that once Ubisoft saw the incredibly negative reaction the battle pass leaks were getting, they backpedaled on implementing them. The game has enough negative press as it is. What happened to Ubisoft? It wasn't always like this. The first few AC games were great. They haven't aged well, granted, but they're great games. They made Rayman 2, a pioneering 3D platformer. Far Cry 3 gave us an awesome open world with a legendary villain that people still quote, who also went on to become a drug lord in New Mexico. All they had to do was make a normal Assassin's Creed game. They knew what they were doing when they chose to make Yasuke the protagonist. They knew it would piss a bunch of people off, and they were hoping that any publicity is good publicity. This tactic may have worked 2 or 3 years ago, but the general gaming audience is tired of this shit, and they just want a good game. Something that Ubisoft seems to be incapable of delivering these days. The game is way too far along in development at this point to make any meaningful changes. A 3-month delay in terms of game development is almost nothing, especially for a project as wide in scope as an AC game, and apparently with a lot of junior developers. Star Wars Outlaws scared Ubisoft away from squirting this thing out on its original release date, but it's not going to make a difference. It may sell well, but this game will poison the well for every further AC game in the future if it turns out as bad as we all think it will. It's obvious, at least to me and normal people, that Ubisoft can't keep this up forever, and a few more clunkers like this one will cause bad news for Ubisoft. Hey, if you made it this far into my dumb video, consider subscribing if you want more news about the next modern AAA disasters to come out of the industry. I would really appreciate it.